The High Priestess. The symbolism of the second tarot card. The second tarot card represents the Temple of Initiation, which is identical to the microcosm, the small world. Often this card is regarded as the Temple of Solomon. The temple is supported by 4 columns symbolizing the 4 elements and denoting knowledge, courage, will and silence, i.e. the Kabbalistic Yod-He-Vah-He. Each column rests on a circular pedestal of hewn stone symbolizing the fact that the magician, after having been initiated in this temple, has become absolute master of each element. The black and white marble floor consists of proportionate squares displaying the positive and the negative effects of the elements in the physical world. In its higher sense, this is the lawfulness, the Jupiter sphere, on the physical plane, with which the magician must be fully conversant before being initiated. Before the altar, the floor is covered with a carpet which, divided into 2 equal halves, displays the positive and the negative effects of all the powers of the planetary system on our physical world. The magician must also be absolute ruler of these, i.e. of the electric and the magnetic fluids. On the carpet one can see the magic circle representing infinity, i.e. the Alpha and the Omega, d. The description of the magic circle in the relevant chapter of this book. The pentagram to be seen within the circle is the symbol of the microcosm, the small world, which must be fully developed in the magician, i.e. he is in perfect harmony with the macrocosm. The pentagram is the symbol of the microcosm, while the macrocosm usually being symbolized by a hexagram. The magician, dressed in a violet magical garment, is holding in his left hand the magic sword as the symbol of victory and of his ties to the Almighty, of his intuition, attained by the Akasha principle. His lifted right hand is conjuringly holding up the magic wand, the symbol of his absolute will, his absolute power. On a golden throne to the right of the magician sits a high priestess as the representative of Isis, holding the Book of Wisdom in her left hand and the 2 keys of initiation in her right hand as the symbols of the positive and the negative mastery. The magician who has prepared himself for an evocation is being initiated by her into the deep secrets of sphere magic. In some tarot cards, this priestess is called a female pope or an empress. However, since this is the card representing power and wisdom, it need not indicate the female principle. In front of the circle there are 3 steps leading to the altar. They symbolize the mastery of the 3 planes, the physical, the astral and the mental plane. The altar itself is the symbol of devotion. The triangle placed in its center demonstrates the 3-dimensional effect of the divine emanation on everything, in the positive and the negative principle. The 2 censers symbolize the fact that the magician carrying out an evocation has all the positive, the good, and all the negative, the bad, beings under his power and that he is able to materialize them. The spheric mirror on the altar with its 7 spheric colors indicates symbolically that the magician is not only in contact with all the beings of the 7 planets by mental wandering and divination, but that he is also capable of calling them into our physical world by evocation. On the wall in the background, following the old Egyptian symbolism of the second tarot card, are the pictures of the goddesses Isis and Nephthys.